What is going on, guys? How are we all doing? And welcome back today to another FIFA 19 rating prediction video. Today we're going to be looking at Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur got a few very exciting players to look at, the likes of Kane, Eriksen, Son. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts on the ratings in the comment section down below. I got a lot of stick from my Liverpool prediction video. A lot of people saying I was a bit too stingy, so I've tried to be a little bit kinder in this one. But as always, whether you agree or disagree, love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you do want to see more of these prediction videos, leave a big thumbs up on the video and let me know in the comment section down below what team you want to see me do next. But without any further ado, let's get straight into it, kicking off with the goalkeepers. So as with all of our player rating prediction videos, we're going to be starting off from the back and working our way to the front. So that means kicking things off are the goalkeepers. And for Spurs, of course, we've got Hugo Lloris, who is 88 rated in FIFA 18, had a fantastic season, of course. And Michel Vorm, he's back up, playing for the Netherlands, not getting much action at all for Spurs. I don't even think he's the number one for the Netherlands anymore, but I could be wrong. But we're going to kick things off by looking at Michel Vorm, because I've decided to give him a slight downgrade. His card's not going to change dramatically in my prediction here, but down by 1 overall. And you can see the diving we've taken down by 1, reflexes we've reduced, as well as his positioning as well. Not a major downgrade. I just think the lack of football is what's going to cost him here. Still a very solid goalkeeper, and I think if he went to a lower down team, as it were, in the Premier League, he could still do very well there. But as he's been back up and not played regular football, we've decided to give him the -1. When it comes to Lloris, of course, had a fantastic season for Spurs once again. Won the World Cup with France as well, but despite these things, I've not decided to give him an upgrade. I don't think he's done quite enough to earn that 89 rating, but we have kept him at 88. I don't think a downgrade is ever going to be in the question. I think he's a solid rated 88, fantastic goalkeeper, but in my opinion, not done quite enough to make it up to that 89. So now we're moving on to the defenders, and there's plenty to be looking at. We've got 7 cards on the screen there, 7 different players. We've got, going from left to right, we've got Alderweireld, of course, rumoured to be leaving, didn't play a lot for Tottenham last season after a rumoured bust up with Pochettino. We've got Vertonghen, a national teammate who really stepped up in his absence. We've got Davinson Sanchez, 81 rated in FIFA 18. Trippier, 78 rated non-rare, who of course had a fantastic World Cup for England. We've got Danny Rose at left back, 82 rated in FIFA 18. Aurier right back, 81 rated. And Ben Davies also had a pretty solid season, coming in with his 80 rated upgraded card in FIFA 18. And the first couple of players that we're going to reveal are players that I think are going to be staying exactly the same overall rating wise, and they are Toby Alderweireld at 86 and Ben Davies at 80. 2 different seasons for them. As I mentioned, Alderweireld not really playing a lot for Tottenham last season. However, still one of the top centre-backs in the Premier League in my opinion, and if they do lose him, that is it's got to be a miss in my opinion. We've changed his card slightly, as you can see, but nothing too major at all. And Ben Davies, solid season. Some might say could warrant an upgrade, but I've kept the same at 80. He had that jump up by a couple to the 80 rated card, and I think that is going to stay the same. In terms of downgrades, there's just the one here, and even that one could be seen as a little bit harsh. It's Danny Rose. Didn't play through a lot of the season because of injury, and when he did come in, he seemed to struggle with the pace, in my personal opinion. Of course, with all of these, it's completely opinion based. I think it's going to go down by 1. Still a nice guard and still a top player, but just didn't. I think the injury really affected his game. I don't think he looked the same when he came back. So maybe you'll prove me wrong and have a great season again for Tottenham, and maybe you won't get downgraded at all. But bearing in mind the season where he down to his 82 rated card, he was one of the best left backs in the league. He hasn't lived up to that standard since coming back from injury. But the rest of the players, that means now, of course, you can see, are going to be upgraded. We'll start off with Jan Vertonghen, who of course had a phenomenal season. Already mentioned that he stepped up in Alderweireld's absence, and we've taken him up by 1 from 85 to 86 to match that Alderweireld card. A couple of increases there in the defending and physical department, which would make him a very tasty card indeed. Davinson Sanchez next to me, we've taken up to an 82. I thought about actually taking him up to an 83. Had a fantastic season, slotting in there again, covering for Alderweireld, and such a young centre-back as well. Got a massive future ahead of him if he keeps going the way he's going. But yeah, we pushed him up to 82 again, pushing up his defending to the 82 rating by 1 from 81. And yeah, just generally a very nice looking card. Trippier had that fantastic World Cup, and that's the main reason I've boosted him up. I mean, he had a pretty solid season for Tottenham anyway. We've taken him up from 78 to 80 rated, as you can see on screen now. Now, increases in the passing department, got a fantastic cross and set piece on him. Boosted up his shooting a little bit, and just generally his whole card has had a little bit of an increase in my prediction there. Serge Aurier, the final defender there, though, on the screen. We've also given an upgrade from 81 to 82. Bit of a hidden solid performer for Spurs, in my opinion. Didn't, you know, set the world alight, but first season in the Premier League after his move from PSG, I thought he performed really, really well. Certainly adapted, well, it didn't really need to adapt to the physical side of the game. Very, very strong right back. And, yeah, I think he's going to get a +1. Had a solid season and I think he deserves the upgrade. So we're now moving on to the Spurs midfielders, another 7 players and plenty to discuss. Lots of very interesting players here. Again, from left to right, we've got Dele Alli, 84 rated in FIFA 18, Son 83, Dembele 82. We've got Christian Eriksen, of course, magnificent season, 88 rated upgraded card he ended up getting. Lamela 80, Wanyama 82, and Eric Dyer, who's a centre-back in FIFA 18, 82, but I think he's going to be a CDM in FIFA 19. Now, a lot of these players have actually decided to keep the same rating-wise, so we'll reveal those one by one. Starting off with Eric Dyer, changing to a CDM from centre-back. Very close to giving him a downgrade. He's not a player that I'm a massive fan of, to be honest. I don't think he's a great player. 82, I think, might still be a little bit too high, but we decided to stick with it. Wasn't terrible for Spurs, but just not a player that I rate particularly highly. Dele Alli, we kept at 84. There was an argument to say he could have gone up as well, but didn't have as much of a goal-scoring season. A lot of people will say, of course, that's because he played a different role for Spurs, a bit of a deeper line player. Still did great, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he did quite enough to deserve the upgrade to 85, in my opinion. Lamela and Wanyama have kept exactly the same. Wanyama did pretty solidly. I don't think he did enough to deserve an upgrade, but didn't deserve a downgrade either. Lamela came back from injury, wasn't great. Another one that I was kind of tempted to take down by 1, but decided to keep him as he was, as an 80 rated player. A player that I'm a bit more of a fan of, actually, in real life. I think he's got a real bit of, he's a bit of a spark, isn't he? Can produce something out of nothing every now and then. But yeah, we kept him at 80. And also Christian Eriksen, we keep him as an 88 rated cam. And I cannot tell you how close I was to putting him as an 89, but I actually bottled it right at the last second. I thought 89 just seemed a bit too crazy, so we keep him as an 88, but do boost up some of his stats, especially his shooting, which would take up to 83. But yeah, let me know, Eriksen, would you have taken him up to 89, kept him at 88? He's certainly not going to be downgraded, is he? But, you know, one of those who's very much on the cusp, as a few of these players were, to be fair, but decided to keep him as he was. So that means there's 2 players left then that are going to be upgrades. No downgrades amongst these this bunch of players. So the first one, Moussa Dembele, I've taken up by 1 from an 82 to an 83, and actually quite significantly changed his card. I've taken his dribbling up a little bit and his physical, which I think can be highly underrated. Just a player in general that I think is a bit underrated. He may not play all the time because of his injury-prone ways, but when he does play, makes a massive difference in the Spurs team and can dominate matches. Really highly rated player from myself. And the final one, Heung-min Son, 83 rated on FIFA 18. I've gone big here. I've taken him up by 2 to an 85 rated card, and what a mean card that would be for FIFA 19 Ultimate Team. Looks fantastic when you look at those stats. 87 pace, great dribbling, great shooting, just a great player. And like I say, I think I was very close to 84, but I think he deserves the 85. He's had back-to-back fantastic seasons, a really highly rated player by many people, including myself, and I think he deserves, as I've already mentioned, I think, to have a bit more of a say in that Spurs team. Doesn't start all the time. I think he definitely should do, and you know, I've put him up by 2. Let me know what you think of that one as well. Perhaps a little bit more of a controversial one. But they're the midfielders taking a look at. Let's now move on to the final couple of players. And they are, of course, the strikers. So to finish off, we've got the strikers, the forwards. And there's just 2 players that we're going to be looking at here. There's one that I know you guys are going to be a lot more bothered about than the other. So to build up the suspense, first of all, we are going to take a look at Harry Kane. No. First of all, of course, we're going to look at Fernando Llorente. Sorry, Fernando, but of course he didn't have a great season. Bought him from Swansea. He was always going to be a backup player to Harry Kane, but even when he did come in, and he had a fair few games, really, when Kane was injured in the Europa League, I think he played a little bit. Was it Champions League or Europa League? Maybe it was Champions League, forgive me Spurs fans. But yeah, he didn't do great whenever he came in my opinion. And for that reason, we've taken him down. He's on FIFA 18, a 78 rated card, and we've dropped him down to a 77. We've taken down his dribbling a little bit, and yeah, he's just not a player that particularly impresses. Not great on the eye, bit of a poacher, but just didn't really hit the ground running at Spurs. Maybe he'll do a little bit better next season when he's coming to swap in with Harry Kane. But Harry Kane, of course, the one that you'll all want to know on this screen, 88 rated card he ended up with on FIFA 18. And you know, he started off as an 86, which was far too low for him, and I think for that reason, EA have got to come up big for Kane. Great player, phenomenal striker. I have gone in with an 89 rated card. Was kind of tempted to go 90, but we've kept him at 89, just on the cusp of the 90 club, and what a great card this would be. Still not the quickest. We've upped his pace slightly to 74 from 73. But I think the main thing that we've upgraded here, really, that I think is overlooked with Kane is his physical. We've pushed that all the way up to 87. And he's shooting up to the big 9 now as well. And I think despite the fact that it's not the quickest, this card, and it should be and could be a very, very lethal striker, of course. So potent in front of goal, Harry Kane. A fantastic, fantastic finisher. And yeah, I've gone with the 89. He's another one that I'd love to hear your thoughts on and what you would think his card will look like on FIFA 19. But that is going to round up this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, of course, leave a big thumbs up on this and let me know your thoughts on any and all of the players in the comment section down below. Of course, also let me know what team you'd like me to do next in the FIFA 19 predictions, because you guys seem to be really enjoying these predictions, whether you're angry at me because you think I've got them wrong or you're enjoying them. Again, love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. That is going to end off the video, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you all next time. Nidge out.